Before you guys watch this video, I want you to know that it's pretty long and it's just a walkthrough through the interface of League of Legends. And there are actually some really helpful tips and tricks in here. So if you want to look for those, I really encourage it. But if you think that there are parts that you don't need to listen to, then I encourage that you skip through those as well. And I hope that you find this video useful. So here you guys go. Hey guys, it's Owen here, and I wanted to make a guide kind of on how you can get some key bindings to do certain things and why it's important to actually look through the interface. So I'm going to go through the interface for a little bit and kind of explain some of the things that are inside of it and what you can do with them. And then I'm also going to show you some of the key bindings that I have. And I just want to encourage everyone to actually look through the interface. This is more for like if you want to get better at your mechanics in the game, then you should actually, this is actually a really important part of how your mechanics work inside the game, because this is literally the definition of what you can do with what keys. So I was practicing it the other day, and I wanted to make sure that I had everything on the spell or key that I wanted, and I know that this guide probably won't be for everyone. But I hope that you guys enjoy it if it helps you. So let's start off by going to the interface, which is actually just by hitting escape. So right now I'm on the video or the hotkeys interface, which is going to be the primary one that we spend for most of this video. But right now I want to talk about something on, I think it's the interface one. Yes, this is actually the interface. HUD scale, that's the size of these, so if I turn it up and down, you can see that those get smaller. And this was actually what, 87? Yeah. Chat scale, that's how big the chat is. Minimap scale, obviously how big the minimap is, and I've got it at the highest one so I can see it the most. Health and resource bars, you want to show health bars, you don't have to show summoner names, you know, just kind of look through these. The real important ones that I wanted to tell you about were these ones, ability and attack display. I want you, if this isn't on, click it, show attack range. And I think that's it. Minimap, show neutral camps, allow minimap movement, show minimap on the left. No, I don't need that. Show chat, click show timestamps on if you just click show timestamps on, and then I have that on just so that I can watch all chat and when I'm spectating. And then on here, you should probably just turn all of these on. But in case you don't want to have all of them on, make sure that you click experience, and I think that's the only one that you actually have to put on. Yeah, so I think experience is the most important one, but I have all of them on so that I can see basically everything. And then I'll kind of explain what they are. So the ability, the show attack range, that's actually so like if you hover over your AD, you can actually see what the auto attack range is of your champion. So like if I was going to auto attack something, I need to make sure that it's in range before I can do it. So like right here, this is the auto attack range for me on Dragon. Yeah. So that's just kind of important if you're playing an AD carry and you want to see what your auto attack range is, or if you're playing a melee champion or a ranged champion, everyone has an auto attack range. What's the other one that I had? So escape again, and then show timestamps. That's if you're in chat, so you can see how I have timestamps on. For when I bought warning trinkets, this will say I bought it at 7 seconds. It also helps if I kill dragon, then it'll tell me when I killed dragon, and then I can use the timer of dragon, which is 6 minutes, and add it to that, and then just type in chat like dragon at 16:07, and I know when dragon spawns. So that's really helpful in solo queue. And then the experience, show experience. So that actually is really good because there is no show experience range indicator, but there is show experience, which is kind of what you're going to have to do. So like right here, you can see I'm not getting any experience for these minions dying. But if I run closer a little bit, I start getting plus 29 experience every time one dies. And that's because it's a caster minion, but you can get more experience otherwise. But you can actually see what the experience range is just from like right here to right here. Let's go like right here. Right here. Okay, right here. Fuck it. But you understand that you can actually see when you're going to be in experience range, and if you're getting zoned by an opponent and you want to make sure that you're getting the experience for minions dying, that's actually a really helpful tool. So now let's go to the next thing. which is, I don't think it's a game. Nothing really important in there. Sound, nothing really important in there. Video. This one's kind of up to you. This is just telling you what kind of quality you're at. I actually like playing on windowed mode. Well, I like playing on full screen, but I'm playing on borderless so that I can stream. And then I also have colorblind on so that I have the yellow health bar. So let's go to hotkeys. This is actually the important part. Obviously you know what your abilities are, your Q, your W, your E, and your R, and then D and F. The lightning bolts down here are actually for whether they're smartcast or not. So smartcast is just like if I shoot a spell out like this, then I don't actually have to wait for the range indicator. I can just shoot the spell out immediately, and that's kind of nice if you know what the ranges are for stuff, but it's not nice if you don't know what the ranges are for stuff. And then obviously I have all of my items smartcasted, and I think that this is actually, for a lot of people, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then the trinket is 4. I thought that was ridiculous because of the fact that I had already been playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the items, and then all of a sudden they randomly just moved one of them. And I thought that was really unfortunate because like 7, I'm not going to hit 7 because that's way too far away from my R key. So I actually just have it so that I can move my pinky, and I changed the trinket so that it was actually the tilde, so that I could just move my pinky up a little bit to the left, and I could use it anywhere that I wanted. And it actually does take practice to get used to, but I thought it was pretty worth it. And I don't really notice it anymore. And then I have all of these smartcasted. There's a thing where you can actually take one of them off and then put your wards always in that spot, because a lot of people don't like having their wards smartcasted, because if you don't smartcast a ward, then you can actually choose to put it in the bush or not, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's go on to abilities and summoner spells. For normal cast, there are things that you can do to make these all normal cast. Like you can hit Shift and then Q W E R if you want. I don't have that on because I don't really ever use normal cast on any of these to see the range indicators like this. But if I did, then I would hit Shift W and I'd see this, or I'd hit Shift E to see this. The only one that I do have it on is on T, so that I don't actually have to readjust to anything like that. But I can actually either click my ultimate and see the ultimate bar like that, or I can hit T and it'll do the same thing. And the reason why I have it like that is so that if I'm playing Lux, this is actually the reason why I have it, so that if I'm playing Lux, I can actually see the distance on it, because Lux is really the only champion in the game that has a range that I can't actually predict, because the ultimate is just so big. Usually everything's just in your vision screen, or the screen of vision, so I never worry about it.
We can do this.
Quick cast, don't really worry about that. If you want to do something, quick cast is like, don't worry about quick cast. I mean, you can try it out, but I wouldn't. It's like display range indicators when using quick cast. You can do that. It's like smartcast, except when you hit the thing, when you hit your Q button, you'll actually see this come up, and if you hold it down you'll see this, and if you don't, then you'll just see that. It's kind of interesting, but it also makes a delay, and sometimes you don't hit it fast enough. Like, that's a really fast spell, but if I was quick casting it, then I'd have to be like that, and I don't know, it's just really weird. And there's really no difference between quick cast and oh no, quick cast is now the thing. So let me rephrase that. So quick cast is your smart casting. Quick cast is when you just shoot a spell, you can shoot it like immediately. So you actually do want that up. And then on top of that, if you want range indicators, I'll actually show you what those are. So display range indicators. So I hit W and I can hold it, so I have it out like this. And then when I let go, it'll shoot it. So hit W and it kind of goes like that. But I feel like there is a delay when you do this, because you get this short wind up area, or like this short delay. It's really minuscule and you don't really notice it. But if you don't want to change any of your key bindings, you can actually display range indicators when you're casting spells. And that'll help you out a bit. So self-cast, I have it on all of them on Alt Q, W, E, R, E, and F. That's just so that I don't get confused. If you're playing Lee Sin and you hit Alt W, then you'll actually cast your Sonic or your Iron Will on yourself and stuff like that. If you're playing a support and you want like Tarek and you want to heal yourself and you hit Alt Q, then you'll heal yourself and things like that. I think that one's always been on Alt, so I didn't change that one. For level ups, this one I'm pretty sure is actually control right now for you guys. If you didn't know that, then control is actually pretty far away from, for me at least, I can never get my pinky to go all the way down to control. So I changed it to shift, because that's actually like a decent place where I can do it. So if I want to level up my ultimate, I just hit shift R and it levels it up. And then I can actually hit T. This is what I do. I just hit T. That way I don't have the range indicators on. I don't know, I just don't really like the range indicators. I played with them before, but yeah, so I can just hit T and it'll show me where I'm going. And let's see. So that's what I use for level ups, and then for teleport home, I think everyone's regular one is just B. For items, I have self-casts are kind of silly because there's not really that many items that you self-cast on unless it's like Mikhail's Crucible or something. But quick cast trinket, I actually want to get rid of this one. Yeah, I don't want quick cast trinket on because sometimes you'll just hit shift 4 on accident, and I don't want to be putting wards down for no reason. But so if I click the ward, I can actually see, like, here's a hint. So for starters, like right next to the target, you can see 0 out of 3 placed. That's actually telling me how many wards I have placed. And then if you have more than one placed, you can actually look around the map and it'll label them in order of the ones that you placed. So 1, 2, 3, and the one that's the one that is red will be the last one that's going to be taken away when you use your 4th one or whatever. And then you can see that if I go over a wall, it actually won't let me put one down. It'll be yellow for the cross hatches. I don't even know what those are called. But the target will be yellow, and I can't put it down there. But if I go into a bush, it'll be green, and that tells you when it's in the bush or not. So like you can see blue there, green there. So some people actually keep one thing, one item slot, not quick cast, so that they don't accidentally put a ward down in the blue by just quick casting it into the place where it looks like it's going to be in the bush, but it isn't. So I can just put that in the bush, and it'll give me vision. And on to, I think, the next set. I have all of my items quick casted. So yeah, so you can see here I have all of my items quick casted just because I have all the lightning bolts down on there. What the fuck? We got a turret. And let's see. So player movement. Here's actually a really important one. So player move click. This is mouse button 2, which is your right click, and that's how you actually move around all the time. Player attack move click. I have that binded to A, which mostly people won't have bound to A. Player attack move, this one is usually always on A for people. This is really the only one that's really weird about this. And then player stop position S, that's for me. And then hold position means that you stop, but you can still auto attack things if they walk by. S is just a better hold, so I like using S. And then move pet is alt. If you hold alt and you right click, that's if you have like a clone or something, it'll run around that way. So let me actually show you what my spells or my A's and shit does. So here's what I have bound for my A. It's called attack move click, which means that when I hit A, I can actually run around like normal, and it'll show me this red cross hatches area on the bottom of my, or on wherever I'm clicking. Well, not clicking, I can just hit A and it'll move me there. So this is just me using my pinky to hit A, and it's making me move around. So now when I go into attack range of a minion, it'll actually hit the first one that I am auto attacking. And you can notice that while I can move around over here, by just hitting A, once I get close to a minion, it'll actually just hit the thing that's closest to me. And once I finish killing that, it'll stop, and then it won't let me actually move with A until everything is gone and I can't attack. So this is actually kind of important, because let's say you're playing an AD carry and you're trying to kite backwards. This is actually how I kite backwards. So like, if someone's trying to chase after me, I'll hit A. So I'll hit A over here, and then I'll run back, and then I'll hit A again. And then let's say here I'll put myself right next to this. So I'll hit A and then run back, then hit A again, and I'll attack, run back, A again, and then I'm still gaining distance on that thing, but I'm running backwards. And then I'm just canceling my auto attack, running backwards. So that's why I have A set to that. But what your A will probably be set to, if you haven't changed it, is this, which is you hit this, and you won't even see the range if you haven't turned your auto attack range indicator on. But what your A should look like is this, where you can click it, and it's basically the same thing, except you just have to click what you're doing. But the benefit of this one is that you can see your auto attack range, and that's really it. And it also takes longer. So if you're trying to kite with this one, it's actually pretty hard, because you have to do A and click at the same time, and that's taking away from your abilities, because your pinky's gonna be down there, and you're gonna be like, what am I doing? So that's just kind of the differences. So for me, I put for A attack move click, I actually put it on my regular bound A, and then for regular attack move, I put on X. That way I can see the range indicator still, if I want to still be using X like this. And that's just my personal favorites. And then I'm just going to level up my Q. So these are actually really important, and you should kind of look through them, put them on random buttons like N or something, and then find out what they do. It is actually really important. Center camper on champion, I think everyone usually knows that that's space. You can scroll up, down, left, and right using arrow keys. I don't know if people always knew that. And you can also select different champions using F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. So that's why sometimes when people see that I'm in game and I'll randomly hit a button, and I'll be basically locked onto that champion, that's when I'm hitting F2, F3, F4, and F5. And it'll actually go in order down the side of, because usually there's a champion list down here. It'll go F2 on the top, F3, F4, F5 on the bottom. And you can actually look through your champions like that, and that's a good way to actually scroll across the map without actually having to click on the map, because you can just see where your allied champion is at. But for me, if I hit F1, here's a good example. If I hit F1 and I'm over here, it's basically like hitting spacebar. So if you hit F2 and F3 and F4 and F5, it'll be the same thing but for a different champion. Also, I don't think people usually know that you can use your arrow keys to move across the map, but it's kind of not exactly quick. Like, I can just click up here instead of going all the way down like this, because that takes a while. So those ones aren't that efficient. Display, I don't think there's anything really in here. Show health bars, that's really important. You should always keep that one on. I don't even think I think if there is a toggle here, you should take it off. Toggle minion health bars, you should take those ones off too, because there's no reason to be toggling the minion health bars. You want to see the minion health bars so that you know when to last hit them. Toggle frames per second display. I think that one, usually people don't know this, but if you hit Control F, then you can actually pop this thing up that has your ping on it, and it'll tell you exactly what it says if you hover over this bar. So if you're going through the game and you think that you might be lagging, you can always hit Control F and it'll show you your ping, and then you don't have to constantly hover over it to see what your ping's at. And then I also keybinded 0 to that, the number pad 0, so that I could constantly just hit it like that. And I think that that's faster than hitting Control F. I really despise Control key, honestly. Communication. These are just pings, you know, like you can do all of these. The G ping, the V ping, the V ping, and then all ping, and I think that's, is there control ping? Yeah, control ping. And then you can also use any one of those keys and then click and hold your click and then your alt and drag around, and you can ping with all 4 of these. So I think usually people know that. And then joke, taunt, dance, and laugh. Those are important because, you know, if you want to be laughing at people in the middle of the game, you know, Lux is really funny to laugh on. But it's hard to use your like, I keybinded my control to that, or I think that was actually normal key bindings. So I keybinded 7, 8, 9, and 0 to it, so I could just move my hand over here and spam my laugh if I ever wanted to. And then to see chat history, that's actually if you hold 7, you can actually see your chat history. And if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure, so like if I push enter, I can see that there's like this whole thing here. I can actually move this around if I really wanted to like become aware of what my team's saying and stuff. I can move it to the middle of the interface just by dragging that bar right there. And I don't actually want that. I want it like right there. I'm just used to it being on this side. I don't really need it to be in the middle of my screen. A lot of times in solo queue, you probably won't even want it to be in the middle of your screen because people rage, and why would you want to spend time seeing people rage? It's kind of silly. And I think that's basically most of what I wanted to show you guys. You can see the scoreboard by hitting 0. That'll keep it up forever, or but that'll keep it up forever. So most people just use tab. F9 toggle screen lock. That's kind of silly. System menu escape. That's important. Show character menu C. I don't know if people know what character menu is, but it shows you all of your stats, like how many hit points I have, how many, or like what my HP regen is, mana. See, my mana is regenerating right now. What my mana regen per 4 is, what my ability power is. It shows you magic pen and armor pen, which is important. It shows you lifesteal and spell vamp, which is important, and crit chance, and cooldown reduction, and tenacity. It's just really helpful if you were kind of curious on like what runes you took or what you wanted to build. What do you think would be efficient? And then item shop. A lot of people might not know that P is actually the item shop. So if you're basing and hit P, you can actually go to the shop a lot faster than clicking this down here. And these ones are not important. So I think that's all that I really wanted to cover. And I encourage everyone to actually go through their own interface and find out what they have for spells, and actually choose spells that they want to be keybinded and stuff. I've already gone through my whole keybinding and everything, and I've chosen exactly what I wanted to have for each key. And that actually just helps me. Something interesting though, unless you click on the neutral monster, your A attack will not attack them. But I've actually gone through and changed all my key bindings to things that I want so that they will help me out playing League. And I think that going through and showing you kind of what's going on will give you a better understanding of how you can actually play the game mechanically. So when I'm kiting and stuff now, I can use my A attack click only, or attack click, and I don't have to constantly like backpedal like this. Like A attack run, A attack run. I can't even do it right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you out. And I will see you guys probably in the next video, where I talk about probably actually laning or something important. This video is just kind of a warm-up or beginner's mechanics guide. So see you guys.